Yes, indeed. We are breathing. At least I hope we are. It's been a long week. I'm gonna make some tea for myself because my energy is dipping a little bit, and I think we're gonna have to make dumplings for about 3 hours tonight. So I'm just preparing myself for, you know, a marathon of dumpling making. I'm going to preface right now, or maybe I'll wait for a couple of minutes for people to trickle in. But I just want to say that I think if you're watching me, not for the first time, you know where my political beliefs lie. I'm going to ask you to not comment stuff that you know is not going to be in agreement with me and most of the audiences here. And I'm going to say it in the video so that the comments can't be hidden or reported by YouTube or other bad actors. And yes, YouTube is very much a bad actor right now, along with every single other corporation. Because I will remove your comments because I am just sick and tired of seeing them, hearing them. There's absolutely no justification for what is going on right now, and I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at any justifications for what's going on right now. I don't want to have other people look at stupid justifications for whatever is going on. There is nothing that excuses this. And right now, censorship is happening all over on social media, in real life. People are getting fired, people are getting suspended, people are getting jailed and arrested, not just in the United States, but in every single country, including Israel. So, I'm just going to start invisibilizing the users who consistently talk back in defense of what the state of Israel is doing right now. There is absolutely no excuse. And yes, hot cheesy seafood ramen, some of your comments were not showing up on the front end. I can see it in the YouTube creator studio on the back end, but I don't believe all of the comments that were in reply on my last live were being made visible to all, which is why some people had a lot of misunderstandings and you were fighting with another viewer who was absolutely in agreement with you. They just didn't reply to the OP of that comment, and so you might have misunderstood him to be replying to you, but he wasn't. He was replying to the OP. So it's causing a lot of misunderstanding. So I just want to take this moment to say, be kind to each other. If you see bad actors in the comments who are making excuses for genocide, please ignore, because I will delete. Don't waste your energy anymore. Consolidate your energy. Rest up. Use it on yourself. Use it on your loved ones. Use it on your community who loves you and appreciates you and builds you up and supports you. Use it on fighting for liberation everywhere, not just Palestine, but beyond. And only you know locally what kinds of liberation is needed to make your life better. We all have different ways in which we can be liberated, internally and externally. And I think right now it is crucial that we don't give any more energy to vampires who continue to justify genocide. There is no justifying it, and anyone who has read up on the latest will know that it is a genocide. They are attacking every single inch Um, it is against international laws of war as much as there can be laws of war. They are breaking all of them. It is absolutely... I mean, to do this in 2023 where we can see everything, you can see why they're trying to do censorship on all social media accounts. Because they don't want us to see it. But it's been 5 weeks of this shit. We've been seeing 5 weeks of live feed of what horrors against humanity have been committed, and it is unimaginable that anyone can continue to twist their brains around to excuse this. So, once again, we're 7 minutes into the live. If you don't agree with my stance for Palestinian liberation, if you don't agree that what's going on in Palestine right now is a genocide, please leave. Don't watch my content. I don't want you here. I'm sure pretty soon YouTube and Instagram and all these media platforms will shut me down or mute me or something, but until then, go away. Go find your own little cohort of people who excuse genocide and go echo each other and, you know, masturbate together. But here, just leave us alone. We're gonna make some tea. We're gonna stay awake and we're gonna make some dumplings. I've been drinking this matcha that I bought during the middle of the pandemic. I bought a whole pound. It's like 2 years old now by this point, but I'm still going through it. It's still pretty delicious. I'm using grandma's milk to make lattes, and that's what I'm doing. What I do is I microwave the amount of water that I need. I bloom the tea in the water, and then what usually happens is this tea dust flies everywhere, and then I mop it up, and then I immersion blend it to froth it up because I don't have my little matcha whisk. And then I stream in some milk. And if I feel like it, we drink it over ice. That's it. It's pretty simple. I do a little bit of cleanup because somehow I always manage to splatter it everywhere. But beyond that, not much more to it. Just water, tea, and milk. I'm gonna pull up your video chat so I can see you guys. Talk to me while we still have communication. I know that it may sound paranoid for me to say that, you know, we're not going to have what we currently take for granted, i.e. social media and freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is already gone. Free speech is no longer in existence because we can see very clearly that people are being punished for it, both in terms of social media platforms and in terms of real life, when people are getting suspended, when people are getting demoted, when people are getting fired, when people are getting jailed and arrested, when people are being told to issue apologies for things that they don't actually want to apologize for saying. Those are punishments. So free speech is not free anymore. Speech is still very much a thing, but you pay for it now. So You know, we all make our own calculations and decisions. But I came from China. I was born in China. My parents left China because there was no political freedom there. There was no freedom of speech there. People get arrested and, you know, disappeared. They just disappear sometimes. So I come from a country where human rights violations are rampant, especially when it concerns freedom of speech. There is censorship as, you know, default there. So for me, I'm not really being paranoid because I've already seen it in real life. It happens very quickly too because we just accept it. So if we keep accepting the fact that we can get punished for speaking out, then yeah, it'll just get worse. Which is why I'm still trying to talk as much as I can because it's only going to get harder to talk from here on out if we don't keep talking. It would make my mom very sad to know that the country she thought was at least better than China in this respect is not actually better than China in this respect. I mean, it's not as bad yet. We haven't started arresting a lot of people yet, but like, you know, it's happening in Germany where people are getting their signs at protests taken away and stuff like that. We have Congress representatives getting censured. We have this way of thinking that to speak out for Palestinian liberation is to support terrorism. Like, the kinds of conflation, the kinds of mental gymnastics that are happening, so I just don't want China here. I don't want China in the United States. My mom didn't bring me here for this shit. And mom probably doesn't want me speaking up, you know, because she's probably afraid that I would suffer consequences, but this is what we stand for. I don't think we're gonna microwave any dumpling wrappers tonight, but I did buy these snacks that I want to try and maybe gorge on because, you know, YOLO. If we're not gonna have freedom of speech, we might as well, you know, eat as much junk food as we can before they muffle us all. I am being very nihilistic already, and I'm being very fatalistic already. It's within my nature to be so. Maybe we can blame it on my childhood.